Hey family, welcome back to my channel, which is Mattie's Reactions and More, featuring
Unc from Mattie TV.
Coming back to you guys with another reactions video. But before doing so, what do I need for you guys to do? That's right, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to alert you each and every time we go live or we record a video. Anyway, y'all, I'm so excited. I'm going fishing tomorrow. Well, Unc is treating me on a fishing trip tomorrow. So we're going to catch us some spots, some croakers, some white perch, and some flounders. And we're going about 4 hours away from home. And we're going to stay at a hotel and chill. And we're going to have a good time this weekend. So I said we better get some videos out before we leave. Also, guys, if you didn't notice, there's a new feature button down below. It's a thank you button. Click on it, y'all, and it's a way of you guys showing Unc and I that you appreciate what we do. And we appreciate you guys. Miss Shirley Carr, where are you? Miss Shirley Carr put in a request for Memories, and this is a Gladys Presley tribute. All right, guys? Let's get right into the video.
He just didn't want to go, and his mother didn't want him to go to Germany. She was more concerned about his safety. It was like, that's when she'd wake up in the middle of the night in these cold sweats, you know, because she thought something was going on. And I remember she'd always go out in the hall, and Elvis would come down the steps, and he had a way of petting her on the back all the time, and he'd talk baby talk with her, you know. Their connection probably, I don't believe I've ever seen anything before or since, as tight as they were. It was, oh, I'm talking, boy, like, you know, like adhesive tape.
His nickname for her, you know, was satin.
Satin, yeah. Which fattening baby
well,
talk.
She was heavy, and it's, you know, it's a short
baby talk for
baby
fattening.
tape, right,
Yeah.
for fattening. Yeah. You know. When she worried, she drank more. That family has a history of it. I mean, my father's in that family, and he did, and his brothers and all that, you know. And it brought that on, and by that, her drinking more, naturally, you know, it got to some of the pill taking to lose weight, and two, not realizing, you know, when drinking and you're mixing this together, that's just not good, you know. And she already had liver disease, too.
Yeah, she had cirrhosis of liver.
She had it, my father had it, and Elvis had it. I mean, it run a whole lot in this family. She actually got sick while he was in Fort Hood doing his basic training, and Lamar was down there during that time. And they finally talked him into sending her back. And her and Vernon came back, and she immediately went right into the hospital. And of course, Elvis wanted to leave, you know. And he finally got it, and he came home. And of course, we went up to see her, and she was telling me, "Son, I'll be all right," you know, and everything. Just going. He said, "Well, I was going to go to the movie." He said, "But after I get out of the movie," he said, "I'll come back up here and see you and all." And she said, "No," said, "That's okay." He said, "You just go on home and get some rest, and you can come back, you know, tomorrow and see me." Well, that night, he wanted me to stay up there with him. Now, everybody else had pretty much gone. I think Lamar was still there and had gone to take somebody home.
Take those girls home.
And so I was in the room with him. It was somewhere around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. The phone kept ringing downstairs. He had a private number upstairs, so it kept ringing downstairs, and he just sat straight up, and he said, "You might ought to answer that." So I got up, and of course, you know, I'm only 14 years of age, you know, at that time, so I run downstairs, and I get it, and it's Vernon on the phone, and he says, "You need to tell Elvis," and that's as far as he got, you know, and he was, by this time, I could hear him in the background, and, you know, he was sobbing, and the nurse took the phone, and she said, "You need to tell Mr. Presley that his mother's taking a turn for the worse and needs to get up here." So I went back up, and I knew not to, you know, even at that age, I knew not to panic him too much. So I went up, I told him, I said, "Look," I said, "the nurse called and said, you know, you need to come up here because your mama's gotten a little sicker." And in my mind, I pretty much already knew, you know, just from what I'd heard over the phone. So we immediately, man, he just threw some shoes on, no socks, a shirt, and we ran downstairs, and we jumped in the Lincoln Mark II that he had, and off we went, boy. And I mean, he didn't waste time. He didn't stop for red lights or anything else. And when he pulled in, he didn't even throw it in gear. He just jumped out. He applied the brakes enough that when he hit that little stop, that it stopped the car. But we never slowed up. And I finally went back and put it in park. And when he got upstairs, all he had to do is he made around the nurse's desk, and there was a long corridor. And when he made that turn, his daddy was standing outside, and that was it. You know, when they saw each other, he knew. I mean, he immediately knew. And of course, they just ran to each other and embraced each other. Boy, that was one of the most pitiful things you'll ever see.
Between the pages of my mind, memories sweetened through the ages just like wine. Quiet thoughts come floating down and settle softly to the ground like gold of autumn leaves around my feet. I touch them and they burst apart with sweet memories. Sweet memories of holding hands and red bouquets and twilights trimmed in purple haze and laughing eyes and simple ways and quiet nights and gentle days with you. Memories pressed between the pages of my mind. Memories sweetened through the ages just like wine. Memories, memories of holding hands and red bouquets and twilights trimmed in purple haze and laughing eyes and simple ways and quiet nights and gentle days with you. Memories pressed between the pages of my mind. Memories sweetened through the ages just like wine. Memories, memories, sweet memories, memories.
Y'all know, I don't know if y'all can see my eyes full of water or not. Y'all know I'm a big crybaby, and I dare not cry next to Uncle because he be looking at me, you know. And
I mean, you know, it tugs at your heart, and to see, you know, how close him and his mother were. I mean, they were close. He loved his mom.
And she loved him, and I know y'all can hear my voice cracking and everything. I'm a crybaby, and just look at the memories, beautiful memories, beautiful, 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 you know. And me personally looking back on this, you know, I'm like wishing that you could turn back the hands of time, if you will, you know. It also made me think about my parents, both parents, you know. And then I guess the music was kind of sad to me too, you know. But I like the video.
Yeah, and you know, it was, I guess, in the movie, it was a little more dramatic. It was like she fell and they had rushed to the hospital, but listening to them tell the story, it really wasn't like that. That it was just, you know, something that happened over time, and that because she worried so much about Elvis when he was in the service, and you know, he was away from home and, you know, away from her, and she, you know, typical, you know, what mothers do, they worry about their babies, and because she had other issues, you know, like with the alcohol and the pills, it you know, and a lot of those things, they took their toll on her, you know, worrying about him and all those other things, they just took their toll, and, you know, it's, like I said earlier, you can see the closeness that he had with his mom.
And he said it. He says that, you know, his mom stressed out, and, you know, she was a heavy drinker. She had liver damage, you know, and as Uncle said, a typical mother. You know, I have 2 sons myself, and I have a daughter as well, and I'm overprotective with all my kids. I pray every day over my children. I ask God to cover them, you know, in His blood, and again, I'm overprotective with mine too, you know, but I loved Gladys. I love Elvis. Vernon, yeah, you know. But let me not make this mushy, y'all. But I want to say thank you to Miss Carr.
Yeah,
Shirley
thank you,
Carr.
Shirley.
Yes, thank you so much for that request. And we're going to head on out, y'all, because we're trying to get as many videos as we can done tonight so that we can load y'all up with some. And again, we're going on our trip tomorrow, so we'll try to get something to you all tomorrow as well. But with that being said, I'm going to say goodnight.
Peace.